I love your guys' concept of shift. And the reason why I love it is because it goes to the heart of the problem. The heart of the problem is insulin resistance. And what happens when you shift your food supply, when you shift and change how you're eating, is that you have more hours that you're not eating than you are eating. And what that's doing is it's shifting the amount of stored glycogen that's in your liver. Your liver has a glycogen carrying capacity of 500 grams. Your bloodstream has a glucose carrying capacity of about 5 to 10, maybe 15 grams, but not more than that. And if you're eating 22 teaspoons of sugar a day, it only took you 1 teaspoon to overwhelm your blood capacity. The other 21 teaspoons went to your liver. And if you never depleted the glycogen reserve in your liver in the first place, it overflows. You become insulin resistant, you accumulate fat, and you become pre-diabetic and then eventually diabetic. So we need to have periods of time greater that we don't eat so we can deplete our glycogen reserves in our liver so that we can function. And that's one of the biggest problems that I find. We have a constant foraging of sugar and we never deplete the glycogen reserve that we have in our liver. And so we're always at that full status and we never deplete that. And you have to deplete that glycogen reserve.
And I guess the challenge is, thank you for articulating that. That was beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Pata. But
Sure.
what I run into with those we serve is the cravings, the chemistry driven desire to continue feeding. It's a very powerful, like you talk about the addiction piece of your medical background. Can you talk a little bit about the addiction? That is a real valid challenge for individuals in that situation.
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of elements of addiction that we should really discuss.
Mhm.
Um, so our food supply is tainted, and it's tainted in such a way that our large food manufacturers are manipulating the amount of fructose. And so if I told you that high fructose corn syrup is supposed to be 55% fructose, 45% glucose, that's what high fructose corn syrup is. But if I told you that they're manipulating the food supply so that it's 60% fructose, you would wonder why. They're spending extra money. And normally these people save money. So why are they doing this? Because it's produced 55-45, but you end up with 60-40. And the reason why is that glucose does not activate as much dopamine release as does fructose. Fructose kicks in the nucleus accumbens and dumps a bunch of dopamine. And so you end up with an issue that you have a tremendous surge of dopamine that makes you want to eat again and eat again and eat again and eat constantly. So that's issue one. Our food supply is tainted in such a way that the processed foods are hyper addictive. And that's going to be a significant challenge.